Joining me now from Wellingborough is TalkTV's awesome political correspondent, Alicia Fitzgerald. Alicia, thank you so much. How does it feel in Wellingborough today? Are the red flags out?
Well, I mean, apart from the four people who've actually thought that I was the new MP for Wellingborough, who have had to sadly disappoint, the overall vibe here is really, really quite positive. Lots of people really, really happy with the results. And not necessarily just that it's a Labour MP now, just felt like it was time for a change here, and especially after what happened with their previous MP, Peter Bone. Lots of constituents here really just feeling like they wanted something new, they wanted something fresh, whether that was Labour, whether that was another party. Jen Kitchen, the new Labour MP, is about to give a speech here in the town centre in Wellingborough, her first speech as the new Labour MP here. Lots of constituents will be gathering around, there's lots of media here as well, and we can expect to see hear a bit more about her plans for the constituency, what she wants to do and why exactly she feels that Labour are the right people to be here.
OK, and I think we've been hearing from the Prime Minister about what he thinks these elections mean, haven't we?
Yes, so Rishi Sunak has, despite the two losses today, has been really keen to say that this is not the end of the road for the Conservatives, keen to say that by-elections are a lot more difficult for incumbent governments, and also that there are a lot of extra factors that meant that these by-elections just didn't work out for them. Here's what he had to say.
Midterm by-elections are always difficult for incumbent governments, and the circumstances of these by-elections were, of course, particularly challenging. Now, I think if you look at the results, very low turnout, and it shows that we've got work to do to show people that we are delivering on their priorities, and that's what I'm absolutely determined to do, but also shows that there isn't a huge amount of enthusiasm for the alternative in Keir Starmer and the Labour Party.
Well, Alicia,
so, as expected,
in the by-election bingo, we hear midterm, low turnout. But I think a bit of contrition there from the Prime Minister that there's quite a lot of work to do.
Definitely. I mean, of course, as with any by-election, there's always going to be some level of expectation management as well from the party who lose the seat. Rishi Sunak there really, really keen to say that this is not the end and there is another chance when it comes to the general election for all of those voters who did stay at home during this by-election to then come forward and vote Conservative. The issue here, though, is that the results suggest that it wasn't a case of every single Conservative voter just not turning up to this by-election. Lots of those voters who perhaps did vote Conservative in previous elections now actually switching their votes to the Labour Party, the Reform Party or elsewhere. So I think that's the key issue for the Conservatives running up to the next general election. How do they get those voters back, and how do they draw more people back into the Conservative Party and make sure that people vote for them, I guess.
Alicia, thank you so much for joining us for hot on the street there in the by-election town of Wellingborough.